Anyway, I want to join my crowd about Adom TV. So, Brasso say I did the big agenda. You made the Ebro free sabre copy. Say no, see, I'm going to come on the day. Or may you have to sound for a finance minister. Ken Oforiatta Ekwabidofi. What they the first quarter of 2021 budget. KWAKU to Ghana or demanded approval. 27.4 billion. And Emano, I don't know. Ebeko into government spending. Now, I'm not fast. I see Bisa question say, hey. 27.4 billion in 3 months. Then one the woman then nechere. Yesu pusu no na atene kan say adwuma ne ba be ye obega agenda adwuma de so ye ba be do som na ye biebiem ne etie at the crop potting bia na truly justification bi ho na nte sa so a na ho asem etise minority na hyase e kan sem ze da bi enwa kwa didie ma ya ye nka foforo ngum enti sika kra dia ma ba ne ye de ho na de papa bi odi aye na say was cyber request 27.4 billion in the first quarter. Na dey kra na chese aba no ne be wini a opese sika we na je so mai no nwona anya sa we ene ensem a minority ne so e consent so mo raise yetwe homrai ba Loving Life Chinese Clinic a wonom sanya de wahodo nyina wonom madama medi e na na say ampofoje we e big agenda. I don't think young concept no near new come obi say at this time of the year and after the year's budget budget review media budget review you sign the budget for ba you call election mu say ye bia na na you perceive and as penifo economists na assume say within after election within the first 3 months January February March say aban no a oteso no mpo ne beto so a ohia specified budget eno de be ye ni operations still say finance minister beko na wakoma budget proper no for the fiscal year 2021 no but se ekoko basempo ono na ntimi antoa so na banfoforo na beba obeba no obehia sika a government machinery no de be operate enti sa budget no sika samo nhye no de enei ode awakoto dwa no se MPP amanyokuo sebe wono ntimi ani nkunim se NDC amanyokuo sabe odi nkunim e wabato no mu a saa empanimfo emienu nyina na ban a omode be ye adwuma from January to March no saa budget ya ye ka ho asemi saa sika ya ye twan saa kohoman eno omode be dwuma eno na ye raken ofrata kire mu a obehia 27.4 billion Ghana cedis na de awaya nyama ewo aban ne ntotoye the mpuntudwuma wo mu akatua no ne ho keka ho na we nyina so ya factor in revenues so a you be key in within that space of time sa first 3 months I say first quarter of the year na ye ka quarter na unsa afe no ye chemu 9 boso miensa ene wunim contract na mi say 3 4 12 itu chemu 9 na 1/4 so ye quarter enti first quarter ho asem na ye kan enti boso miensa di kan wa afe no from January to March aban no kire mu a sika we person de be diguma ewo ne nuoma ne ntoto ya hodo a wo ye se nyo no mpo ne beto aso ade obeba no sa sika no e no person wo hwe na ebe no su se ase anu ohye edin poti ne wom se dem di kan opusu no no na otene kan ye nko na ye ne eye so afa be de kire hwe o man sika sem so ye mame ABENA OSEI ASARE eni nkomo ono aboti ye nka ye mo adwuma kwa baba Adom TV eye big agenda dwumadi so yo Mejumoso na mechia etiefo nyina etiefo so ejo so megidi se bibia bokọ de yankopon ado bibia bokọ all right penifo se edwom da ya na sinuru ano nei wosoafo na akokyerechire mu sika akohoma ho amanebo efa boso miense di kan wo 2021 mu na 27.4 billion eni sika wo kyere so hia pacho depot ni wo mu sanse binu su se sika no ase esonodo depot ni wo mu kyere mu yo me fam cho mu da su tumedi ende finance minister babedi ye no your friend say expenditure in advance of appropriation nanka and in a normal year no or say by November na ye day budget for the next year echo but this time say we here an election year ninti constitution article 180 any PFM section 23 no MI who kwan say I say parliament ever approved by resolution am I a form of an interest you bet me a day a dinkita nko si se nyame ya doma match ye be ye budget no
and if you know who Jumedian and minister at the core, you know, no for an expenditure in advance of appropriation because appropriation nankasabeba when ya budget, ya elections, na and government abba. Now government for meeting and all the budget no abba. And no latest by March now 2021 that was say abba. Now and let your coin the call two. Mashibe Jim say yes, Romo Minister need another damn quick for do a name at stress say. Yeah, approve 27.43 billion and for the first quarter of 2021. It sounds 2021 a young form government also keep your 4 years so so many soon you two two yes say your interest payment and your loan repayment so cost it sounds oma audio can say yeah for anything say yeah elections so cap
omo jo musika
yeah and no as a so and I say so you say there are some critical programs that government fund there and they be your company can and yes you can bet it maybe say addition and tempty share also school free education and so it's me cost and you know so and I'm also near funded into share in several components. The kind of a compensation of employees 27.43 billion. The woman the kind of compensation of employees and it's first 3 months which my phone omunya receive say ye buy ye cry ye budget no omuye adwuma aban ebetiomka.
Okay.
Ye so so ye can say goods and services. Say ye tia o ka no uhia akade na odi aye adwuma. Nti sa akade na odi be ye adwuma na aban etimi etu aka no. Eno na ye friend no the use of goods and services no and also so e wo hobia e say e cost and I think you can interest payments and subsidies and social benefits maybe and other expenditure na make kind and even free SHS no. It's say whether your former government we informing government we and as I say free SHS no a cost. Now say so capital expenditure and it say aban ka say fa COVID you ho to see any your may be e ahye your health system mukina and you ye best spend this can be na ye the tiaka for hospitals na yes see about this no you no so na call under capital expenditure into can nyina ebomu a na ye 27.43 billion into a one compensation of employees to goods and services and as capital expenditure no any capital goods and services no any capital expenditure we now kabomu unya appropriation of 27.43 billion. If no and for me CKA yes parliament say my who quite say interest my who quite na ye use that can find say Jumedi na bra.
All right.
Say the main budget nankasa eba parliament.
Honorable ye can say asrewa ohwe ne kese no anwene ne buo omen ye sikasem o ka bosia loan repayment ho asem na wonka ho ene enkomodie mo amunuanom from the other side minority no kire si abrobosia na ma ya ba be ye highly indebted poor country ni biem hepic biem eti ye guided by your situation as we speak ena ye yes our request
you made that say say my me encourage bi wo ho ene what ya ndi o man kasa san dia ba ne say omutinye so mo ka say ye highly indebted poor countries enye no cresa. If let me just correct that misconception and sana yakoso. Bibi bia ye bia, buti bia ye bia. Ya na you refuse e beba parliament e ba be cheche mu. E to asuma ansana parliament e de akonya ne be man ama yetimi akwakoye abobisian. Basically bia ye boy about 21.5 billion went into financial sector restructure no. Depositors bebrea na omusika banks no ase umsika ya basano ye di tuomka nti sebe enye sika wisia ye boy ya ye kase ye fanye ade a about 1.2 million depositors and ye save you by this 21.5 billion na ye raise ye na ye di tuomka no se mini aso sika wo mu bi na through no fault of yours bank no who a depositor no bank no aye directors ne omo aye bank ne basa ma bank ne bua ka be ka se wo de bank ne gu ntia ye my emfa osika ma wana menye sure say sa na tie after so then ye me sign catch you new money be wo ho a for beauty free education we say 26% on the average 26% of government budget goes into education and a chunk of it for free education, the implementation of the free education. Yeah, and Kase, yeah, budget in the free education, no, you bet, manu enko or how an arm and you quite be a bit faster as I say, you fund free education. You go ahead and fund free education. And in and yet a Busiape and a year 27.43 million, make out your compensation require 7.7 billion. Compensation, 7.7 billion. Capital expenditure, the money near the boy near the BSC hospitals, close to about 2 billion.
Maybe hospitals now. President promise here na minority ne ka say any budget no. They say mo dia share first quarter budget nim.
We anya first quarter budget na me ka kire
me fan say first 3 months no. Expenditure no.
Share ya. O man ka say and you know your mo kanum because you call media budget review no. We asked the parliament to grant us space because you creative space for this. Because you creative space just allocation.
Allocation, okay.
The share hospital nothing.
Okay.
The hospital need media budget nim the data.
Okay.
And I did best 600 million share for this. And I say near the air twice.
Okay. I can't
because the hospital no prepare ultimate in a year. NCR, yeah, the big air so that other places no the bit share and so assessor.
Eti lamentations ne adwenkyira efiri mu nuanom a omo donkuma ne side ba se asisika no munyusu no broni beka se judiciously someone sabe so anti na bibia mo ya nam dia ba ya approve mamo ya approve mamo. What do you make of that comment no?
You me that say senya ya ba e be chiechie mu chi omo ya di kai covid obi anka se covid embra thought ya say but covid ba ye no. Now, your money and budget for now, so quickly we have to make an allocation or get money to invest in these things. To say PPEs, no, to say hand sanitizers, no, to say schools now you call run here fumigating and some more funny to me school, no. One can say on Sabbath something now, was said yes, so you now the protected life. Now, no man penny yet, and you no pen or yet. Australia who said COVID-19 no so affected businesses the brain. See a percent economy no try pick up na because partial lockdown no for adwuma e confirm kakra. It say you be pick up ni there. And you more businesses with assistance of and you shall say with 600 million. And on ka say on ka be something now here. Was said yes for year. Now the protected businesses.
All right. Honorable.
Yeah.
Masa about so but see ebenya minority side ne clear no ma me mfa wonua ebema KWAKU HAGAN RICKETTS na ye ne nto so honorable ye mo adwo
woni amajodo
me gidi se bibia boko de
nyame Adom bibia boko
ene budget for the first quarter finance minister de buy ase musu hu bebre problem pa wo ho pa ne de hin
yo woni mtia we say for we say nya na mtia Mr. Star, me sure the Deputy Finance Minister and Kasa.
ABENA OSEI ASARE.
ABENA, Mr. Star, Honorable ABENA. Minibri. Problem I have, as you said, I abandon another Finance Minister in an election year, obviously a month or so to an election. No, you to me enjoy full budget, and see all the budget here mostly cover 3 months. I had a financial year no and on the 31st now we will not be able to spend. When we win election, we will not be able to spend. So it's in order. Now the amount of money will be 27 million. Basically, it's not going to do much other than paying salaries and pay interest payment. Because as will be no interest payments will be done together with the amortization in interest payments. Any debt payment, amortization interest payments in Aziboma, about 10.4 billion of that money is going to that. Now about 7.7 billion is also going to compensation. Into the two together is about 18.1 billion out of the 27 billion. into almost over 66%, nearly 70% of Skena will be and it's just going to pay salaries and the loans now. Abani Busawaji baby, you know, that's the situation that we are in. Now, so again, we were expecting information, government information as to where we are now. Because even though or a short term or a budget for a few months, you know, you still have to report on the situation in 2020. Yes, they've done a midterm review. But between the midterm till now was a Sikaba they are proven. They should be able to tell us what happened. We're able to for audit that hasn't happened on the COVID issue. But when you think about it, in some of our budget, they are comparing 2017 to 2019 of this government to 2013 and 2014. I find it difficult to even understand. 2013 to 2014 is the first 2 years of NDC under Mahama, President Mahama, and then the 17 and 19 is more or less. They were comparing 2014 to 2016, which was under the NDC under John Mahama, to 2017 to 2019 under them. So comparing the last 2 years of our administration to the first 2 years of theirs, that itself is a mismatch. And then the question I ask is that what happened to 2020? Why are you asking us to approve expenditure, in advance of appropriation for 2021, but you are not telling us much about 2020? Yes, Mr. Sarikamate, the tail end of the submission, she was talking about COVID. Yes, of course, COVID was a pandemic, a global one. It affected all of us. But if you look at the impact of the COVID in Ukraine, it did not affect us as much as it should have. But of course, it was a health crisis, which has an implication in economic crisis. Before the economy was on its back.
Honorable.
The economy was on life support machine.
Honorable.
Yes.
Okay, so COVID now, and should that affect you, Papa Bia? Now, open so say. If you look at climate has a lot to do with. If you look at most of Africa compared it with Europe, or even to the United States, over 220,000 people have died in America. When you look at the number of deaths are quite low. I'm sure the government will take advantage about their management of the COVID. But here, what happened under the management of COVID? This is a government. He got a lot of money from the IMF. He got money from the World Bank. They were able to change the laws to get money over 200 to 300 million from the stabilization fund. They set up a private sector fund to contribute money for the COVID. Yet they couldn't, lockdown. They couldn't even sustain 2 weeks of feeding. So where did all that money go? We are asking for this much money, including even going for the Eurobond. This government has gone to the Eurobond market more than any government I started Eurobond. But Honorable Ricketts, as I will confuse me, Kakra, one Kasano, in your earlier submission, on my CSS, about 66% call into payment of loans and subsidies in Kekahon. It was I when you are banging edge, dating also baby some match now can any because say Sikana bear 66% of a year budget request your for the first quarter a year 27.4 billion Sika Emudu na bear 18 billion no call into the payment of loans salaries and subsidies nyade it the beka ne mefa ne say kakra bi bear 9 billion bi it took us almost say baby some match and that's all contradicting one kakra na me
I'm sure you are the one contradicting yourself, but you have not understood.
No.
Last point now can I hear
Oka o say sisi a o kasa de ma me e pause won say o say Persika IMF de buy COVID time no ene de omukoyi free stabilization fund mu ene on keka ho nyina no where that much was omutimi managing your if they come back for sika kese bie mu a wonti ase ena me bisa say sika no won request sesi no am ate ase 66% for sa niema we ana wonti ase bie mu.
Yeah, so what I'm telling you right now is that Upon that, they are asking for this much money. That's what I'm saying. That they shouldn't be coming to us asking for this much money.
Okay.
Considering the amount of money in the past.
All right.
And then again, yet they are going to the Eurobond is a loan. They are going to the Eurobond market again to borrow. They are thinking about 3 billion. But I will recommend that we don't approve for them to get 3 billion from the Eurobond market until after the election. Whichever government wins power in 2020, then that government can go to that market. Because in an election year, no government should be allowed to go and collect 3 billion.
All right.
Mami Sanko, use it to fund the elections. They are using it as their ex gratia since they are leaving power on 7 December.
Mami Sanko, Honorable ABENA OSEI ASARE. Honorable Timenka.
Yes, and I just want to clear. I mean, some
misconceptions. Just 2 minutes.
The associated kind. Economy no and next post-COVID, that's from 2017 to 2019, how the economy has performed, and then after COVID, how the economy has performed. And then I mean, paragraph 6, the minister stated how the economy grew with
2020.
Some of the indicators were did you say a formal breakdown of that? Sending me up a sort catcher and say, a funny baby, when you know you cannot spend any money unless say what back parliamentary approval. Now, Professor Catcher and says, you can debate here, workers county, my young and yan is idea, and I'm limited now, and then secondly, the Eurobond, young Cassia Cogino before election. It is after the election. This appropriation is for the first quarter. So please don't get it wrong. Don't say Eurobonds in your Virginia for your election. The Eurobond is going to be done after the election.
All right. Breno, aso honorable. Ma yenda wase na yemfa wo ensi aha na bema kwa ma e djumadi na si ana unfortunate say your time no esusa nti nkomo no kase wodi abie mo na akwa bie ho honorable KWAKU RICKETTS yedase former deputy finance minister na fe honorable ABENA OSEI ASARE nso ye deputy finance minister me di nana siampo for Loving Life Chinese Clinic komada man ye de big agenda be wo kina ye be se hia biem.